What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk about the PS5 Pro. Tomorrow is the day, and there's a few things to talk about. One of which I kind of want to start with, right, is going back to that rumor that we talked about last week, and I believe it was from that lunatic Ignis. This is pretty in line with what we have been hearing, and it's not just about the PS5 Pro. Of course, that's what this video is, and we'll talk about it as this video goes. But to start here, this might actually prove that a couple insiders were right, and it's very possible like next week is a state of play. Because remember, the rumor was PS5 Pro around right now, which we're going to get, and then next week or maybe even the beginning of the week of TGS, or which is that final full week of September, that would be a state of play from PlayStation. So, again, there's the back and forth of wanting state of play, showcase. I know a lot of people want showcase, but this seems to line up. So not only is it just about a PS5 Pro, but that we could be probably, I would say, within 2 weeks from now, maybe 2 weeks in a day, 2 weeks and 2 days, we could be getting a state of play as well. So this does lead into what could you show tomorrow at this PS5 Pro announcement beyond the system itself? I honestly don't think you would show too much, but we'll talk about it in a second, because you also have a state of play coming. You know what I mean? Okay, so another thing to, of course, talk about is, well, Alex, how did we know that it's a PS5 Pro? Well, number one, the talk in general was it's technical talk. Mark Cerny, and the guy's just a legend. The guy's just a genius, right? But there was actually an unlisted video on the PlayStation YouTube channel that literally is titled PS5 Pro. So this technical presentation is actually a PS5 Pro presentation, and I believe people were saying it's about 9 minutes long. So again, that circles back to the games. Look, it's probably, and I mean, you got to go back. Remember when Mark Cerny does these things, right? I have a lot of respect for him. I mean, you kind of just have to know what you're getting into with these kind of shows. It's probably going to be a lot of technical talk. I think it was the PS5 just in general, right? Where he was on this podium, and he was just listing off all of this technology talk that I had no idea what he was talking about, right? But the guy, he just likes to go off, and I think obviously he's very much embedded in the DNA of these consoles. Let the man talk, let the man do really whatever he wants, including making a NAC 3 potentially, and that is probably what we're getting tomorrow. Not a NAC 3, but we're probably going to get 5-6 minutes of Mark Cerny just talking about technical stuff, and it's not going to, appeal to everybody. And also, the PS5 Pro is not going to appeal to everybody. But that's just kind of, in terms of what should you expect. I think it's going to be 60-70% just talking about the specs, him going off, him just saying what he wants to say. And the question that I have is, could you do a game or two, right? Could you actually talk about any kind of game that would take advantage of the PS5 Pro? Now, the issue to me is the only games that could really take advantage would be games that are kind of too far out, right? Wolverine might be able to take advantage of it. Ghost of Tsushima 2 might be able to take advantage of it. But these are games that are 2025, if not 2026, right? What are the Death Stranding 2 even, right? What are the games that can take advantage of it right now? Well, I think it's going to be a lot of games getting patches, and we've heard about that as well, right? Some games might even be required to do PS5 Pro patches. So you could get that. You might get a long list of here's a bunch of games that are going to have the uptick in resolution and all that stuff. That's what this might be, right? Mostly the technology side, the specs and whatnot. And then here's the games that are going to be able to take advantage of it in the fall. Maybe even third-party stuff. Maybe even Dragon Age the Veilguard, or I'm trying to think of a late October, if not November game. Assassin's Creed, Assassin's Creed Shadows maybe. You can't really do Indiana Jones because that's Xbox, even though it's coming to PlayStation eventually, right? So I don't know. I feel like you could get something like that. I know people are saying, did you Spider-Man DLC? I mean, sure, put that on your bingo board, right, to see if they do anything there. I mean, it'd be cool if you announced, one or two new things to go along with it. But again, based off the rumors, you're going to get a state of play within the next 14 days. Hopefully a game or two could be announced there, plus updates on upcoming, a Wolverine, Death Stranding, Ghost of Tsushima might be announced, maybe another game gets announced. That would be at a state of play, right? I don't know if that would be shown here. So that's pretty much it. That's what we got. It happens tomorrow. I think it happens tomorrow morning. So we'll see what they say about it. We'll see if there's any games attached to it. I mean, for the people that are curious, which, I appreciate those that are, that there was a few people that asked me. I'm not planning on getting this console. My PS5 works works fine. Would it be better for, for games and all that stuff? Take advantage of the frame rate and all that jazz? I suppose. I think, I don't know, like a GTA does scare me that, like, is GTA 6 going to run properly on, it'll probably run fine on PS5 and Series X. I don't think GTA 6 is going to run well at all, or maybe it's not even going to appear on the Series S console. We'll see, over the next year or so. But, like, I don't know, like, that's the only one that kind of scares me. Bottom line is there's like 4 more years left of the, maybe even 3.5, right? Well, we're in 2024. I think by the fall of 28, you're getting the next consoles for sure. If not, the fall of 27. So, yeah, you got like 3 to 4 years left of this console. I feel like my PS5 can take it. So I'm personally not going to get it. I imagine it's going to be $600-$700. There's talk of maybe they're going to announce new DualSense controllers, stuff like that. Cool. I got my Astrobot controller. I'm personally good, but, it has a market. People will buy it. People will buy the controllers, just not me, at least not right now. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.